As what my mom told me, she said growing up in the 80s, out of all the big horror killers, Freddy was always the scariest one to her. And watching this movie tonight, I don't really blame her.
Here's Johnny.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Expecto Patronum!
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Freddy's just around the corner.
Released in 1987, to a lot of the Nightmare fans, this is regarded as maybe the best Freddy Krueger movie. And listen, I really like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I just like how creative they can be. Some are just way better than others. Watching this movie, honestly, this rivals the first one. I've seen this movie probably in a good 2-3 years, and watching it, just seeing the creative style in this movie and the use of Freddy Krueger, this one definitely adds more one-liners to his character compared to the first one, but comparing this to the first one, I really enjoy this one. Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger is iconic. He will always be known as Freddy Krueger. And like I said, in this movie, they do go more into the one-liners. They use Freddy Krueger's scary abilities and his dream sequences and use creative, fun kills. And the biggest thing I love about this movie are the kills. There are some creative and iconic kills in this movie. One that tore me out of my frame is the first one we get, is basically using this kid as a puppet, ripping his veins and his tendons out and making him walk. It's his legs and his arms. So if you don't know me personally, I hate tendons. I hate veins. I can watch any gruesome stuff. When it comes to the veins and getting them cut or ripped open, or just anything like that, I get really, right now, like, I hate talking about it. I don't like talking about it. So, this kill has always messed with me, and seeing it tonight was truly just like, and he makes him walk off the building. Oh, Jesus. But the other kills in this movie, obviously, the famous one, welcome to prime time, bitch. I mean, smash your head in the TV, iconic. He doesn't get killed in the scene, but the kid who's basically mute and he gets his tongues wrapped around his arms and he's over a fire pit in a bed. That image alone, Freddy Krueger using his fingers as needle drugs and him just smiling and saying his line and stabbing her, which had little mouths opening on her arm. Literally, this movie is disgusting and creative in the best ways. What also helps in this movie is our cast. These characters you actually enjoy are dream warriors and their powers they come up with their dreams. They work together to defeat Freddy. It's truly awesome. I mean, hell, you have Heather as Nancy. Heather Langenkamp, I think that's her last name. She plays Nancy. Nancy's back, and she's awesome. She's a great supporting character while helping Patrcia Arquette, who's also really good in this movie. I believe her first movie. She's really good in this movie. I love every other character in this movie. I forget the guy's name. He's really strong, bends the chair. He's the one that basically wants to beat the shit out of Freddy. I love that. The one kid who wants to be a wizard, it's kind of goofy, especially when he gets his all cape and everything. He's using powers. It's really cheesy. So when Freddy kills him, I'm okay with him stabbing him in the heart. I'm like, okay. And the one girl who's like a badass, like I said, she gets stabbed with the drugs. I mean, like, literally, this movie has a cast, creative kills, and just creative camera work and an image of Freddy that's become iconic. Hell, him as this worm, when he's chewing on Patrcia Arquette in that one scene, it's awesome. The practical set blowing up, coming out, trying to eat her, and then he sees Nancy. It's really cool stuff. And the movie has balls. Spoiler alert for the ending. Freddy kills Nancy. But when it comes to my negatives, I didn't find a lot. I was really just enjoying the movie. It's a great pace. It's got great music. The soundtrack and that one song for Dream Warriors is iconic by itself. The movie is really just iconic Freddy stuff. This is what I think of Freddy Krueger, this movie. But, like I said, my only negative is this little storyline we get with this lady walking around, this nun, which is basically a setup for the next movie. Those little things are just setups and Easter eggs for the next, and it's so not needed. It really isn't. It's just there to set up, and it's just there. But honestly, everything else, I enjoy the hell out of this movie. When people say this is their favorite one, honestly, I could see why. I might prefer the first one just a little bit more, just because I like the scarier version of Freddy. This one is Scary Freddy, but he also has a lot more one-liners, but they're iconic. Anyways, Dream Warriors is badass. I'm gonna give A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors an A. I had a great time with this movie, and I honestly agree with a lot of fans. This is easily either the best one or the second best one. And it makes me really want to watch the rest of them, but I just know it goes downhill. Oh boy, what is it, 5th one or 6th one where it's like 3D worms? That's 6, Freddy's Dead, isn't it? That one sucks. That one's awful. And guys, if you guys enjoyed this Halloween review, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everybody.